Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. Today's class is about loops. So first, let me tell you what is loop. It's like repeating something. So I'll explain you in detail. Imagine you have a toy robot that can do certain actions like jumping or dancing. So a loop in Scratch is like telling the robot to do something over and over again. So like I said it's like repeating something. It's like when you tell your robot friend, keep jumping until I say stop. So it's going to repeat that certain task. So in Scratch, loops are like loops in a roller coaster track. You know how a roller coaster gets around and around until it reaches the end? That's how loop works in Scratch. So you give certain thing inside your loop. It's going to do that till the time you tell it to stop, or till you tell it that, consider, you can even mention how many times you want it to repeat something. Now draw a circle, then turn a little bit, do this and again until I say stop. So you're giving direction that it has to move this way until you say stop. So in Scratch, loop is going to help you to make your projects really exciting, because it's going to help you to repeat something. And why it's easier actually, because consider if I ask you to write your name 100 times, it's like very hard to write same thing 100 times. So why not use a loop and put just 100 number, say write my name is particular this thing 100 times. So it's going to repeat that. So it's like a very friendly command to tell your characters or object in Scratch to do things again and again until you tell them to stop. So it's looping is very fun in Scratch. So in that we have repeat block, in which you specify how many times you want to repeat something. So you can specify that do this particular task for this many times. That is called repeat block. Then in forever we have already used, where we say that keep doing this. So it's like a never ending loop. It just keeps doing that particular task forever. Then we have repeat until block. So this block is used to tell the character that, consider you say keep jumping until you touch the star. So you are giving a certain condition, like in the previous class we have learned about if condition, where we were specifying certain conditions. So in the same way, if in repeat until you are specifying certain condition and you're making that work, that if this condition is given, then do this. Correct? Now we have wait block, which we have already learned in loop, that you use many times. We use that wait 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you make it to wait for certain things. Then we have a broadcast block. This broadcast looks like a radio tower. It's not a loop by itself, but it helps you to send a message to other parts of your project. Like it's like sending signal from one sprite to the another sprite. Using broadcast, you're going to send signal from one sprite to another sprite. I'll show you how this signal works today. Consider I make this cat. I'll paint a square actually. So I think this is better. Okay, so let me just do one thing. I don't want this fill. I'll just select this, and what we don't want colors to be there inside it, so we just do this. It should be empty, and if I feel it's really big, I can reduce the size. Okay, now we can just increase the thickness of this. I'll select this and increase the thickness. And for the cat, we reduce the size to 50 because it's very big. So now, using arrow keys and using repeat loop to make you understand loop, I'm going to control it with arrow keys. First, let me just set its position. Okay. Once we have done this, now again I'm going to say when. Now first, this is right side. If I do 0, it's going up, right? So I'll keep this, and when up arrow key is pressed, Where we want it to point, want it to point up. So I'll give it 0. Now, using repeat, you can specify how many times you want it to repeat. Repeat what? You want it to repeat moving steps. So I'll do this. So I've given repeat. Here I'm not just doing change. So it's like repeating that particular thing for this number of time. Now if I start again, I can even do this way. I can show you. If you don't want this, so repeat 10, it stops, correct? So let's try 50 and let's see if it reaches the end. No, we just have little bit backward thing. So I think 47 we can try. Okay, it's like 40. Let me try 5 steps. Now change this number to 45. So 45 times it's going to repeat. This one will work now. 53. So you have to experiment this way. I'm showing you both the methods. 53. Now you can again do point in direction. I'll do 57 actually so that it's exact. And I'm going to do point in direction 90. Now again we will use repeat. And consider I'll take move 5 steps. We can take this one again 60 and see. No, 60 will be bigger, 50. So with the help of repeat, we are controlling this today instead of glide. Once we understand two sides, these other two sides are going to be easier. So now remember one thing, that number for you can be different, number can be very different for me because our square size is different for us, right? I have made a different square size and you might make a different square size, okay? So you don't have to compare, you have to see I'm checking again and again the numbers and doing it. So it can be different for all of us. Let's see. So it's completely experimental. Why I'm doing this not with the exact numbers, so that even you understand that there's nothing fixed number in coding for anything. For going down, it's 180 actually exact. So I'll make it here 180. Now for going down, it's going to be again 57 steps because the side is same, right? And now for other direction, it's minus 90, correct? So I'll take here minus 90 and it is going to be like this particular size, correct? This one is 67. So even this downwards is going to be 67 inside the repeat. Now let me stop and try. Understood? If you want, you can take more steps here when it's on the third one. I'll take 60 here. Let's see. Might be this side is bigger, I feel. Yeah, this is perfect. So this way you should experiment with your numbers, and we have basically done this project to understand how repeat works, how the repeat loop is working. It is used to repeat something for the number of times we specify. So I'll change it to repeat block and I'll save it. I'll show you one more project where I'll explain you broadcast. Then we will do broadcast in the coming classes in detail. Now consider, we say, I'll take this blue sky. I'll take a sun. Okay. And we will take one tree here. We have to grow tree, okay? I'll reduce the size actually for this. And I'm going to give it an arrow here. Let me see if we have arrow. Yeah, I'll go to the costume and I'm changing the arrow because I want to do this way. And I'll do one text. We click on the new sprite. We write, click on the sun to grow tree. Oh, 1 second, there was no color. Let me choose a black color maybe. Click on the sun to grow tree. You can keep this anywhere. I'll keep it here. Okay. So how we do this? It's a very simple. I'm taking a very simple project to make you understand how broadcasting works, how it is sending signal from one sprite to the another. So I'm saying when this sprite is clicked, so it means when I click on the sun, it has to broadcast a message 1. You can change the name of your message, but we will keep it message 1 for now. Okay. Now we go to the tree and we say, when the green flag is clicked, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the size to 10%. I'll show you how it is. 10%. It's like very small, right? Now this is the size of our tree. We want to say that when we click on the sun, at that moment it should grow. So now sun has sent a signal called message 1. This tree is going to do what? It is going to receive. We have another block of broadcasting. Along with it is when I receive message 1. And I'll use the loop also. Consider repeat. Okay. And then we do change size by 1. So it slowly increase. So see, size is small. Now when I click, this tree gets signal to grow. When I click on the sun, the tree gets signal. That is when I receive message 1. When this tree receives a message, it's repeating to grow the tree. Can you see how it's looking? So this sun sent a message that when someone clicks on me, I'm sending a signal called broadcast message 1. So when this message 1 is received by tree, it has to grow. So we have coded in such a way that when I receive message 1, increase the size. I'll name it as broadcast. And I'll save this. Hope this is clear for everyone. Try to practice and try to do experiment with what we are doing. Thank you so much.